Hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers. You're watching the morning news show on CNN News 18 with me, Sakshi Singh Litoria. And over the next 30 minutes, we'll be walking through all the latest headlines from the nation and across the globe. At the top of this bulletin, we'll be discussing the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas militants. As the war between Israel and Hamas continues, Israeli Defense Minister, in a video statement released Monday, said that Israel is preparing for a multilateral operation on Hamas from air, ground and sea. Israel's military has ramped up its aerial offensive against Hamas as calls grow to let more aid into the besieged Gaza enclave. According to Palestinian health officials, more than 5,000 people have been killed in Gaza since October 7th. As the humanitarian crisis in Gaza continues, 20 more trucks carrying vital humanitarian aid passed the Rafah crossing from Egypt into Gaza on Monday. Now, doctors are unable to use morphine or painkillers to treat civilians due to a lack of critical medical supplies. Meanwhile, the US is seeking to delay an Israeli ground offensive in hopes of getting more hostages out and aid into Gaza. And with that, we have a big breaking news coming in as Hamas has now freed 2 more women hostages abducted to the Gaza Strip from Israel during the October 7th attacks. The Islamist group's military wing said in a statement that the 2 had been freed from compelling humanitarian reasons following mediation by Qatar and Egypt. The Israeli hostages arrived by helicopter, one on a stretcher and the other one on a wheelchair, to the Tel Aviv Sorovsky Medical Center. So that's the big development as far as the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas militants is concerned. We have CNN News 18's Abhishek Jha joining us early this morning to give us more details on that. Abhishek, yesterday what we learned is that a joint statement coming in from several nations. Now, following that, other 2 hostages have been released. Can we say that this is because of the impact that letter actually did?
Well, it looks like that the negotiations are going on, and we have also seen that several nations have kind of put pressure on Israel not to go ahead with the ground offensive unless and until all the hostages are freed. We have seen 2 more hostages being freed earlier, and with these 2 hostages, that the 2 Israelis being freed now, it looks like some channel talks with Hamas is now bearing fruit, and these hostages who have been in the captivity for more than 15 days now, they are being, being released in batches. So there are still about 200 people who are still hostages with the Hamas. So it may take some time. It may be a long process, but the safety and security of hostages are of importance, and every nation is trying every possible negotiating way to ensure that one humanitarian aid also reaches to Gaza. Palestinian people who are suffering a crisis of all the essential commodities, they are given all the essential food, medicine, and every other supply which is necessary. At the same time, hostages who have been taken by the Hamas terrorists, they are also freed gradually. So it looks like after so many days of negotiations, these things are moving ahead. Israeli ground offensive is also not as aggressive as it was supposed to be, and the hostages crisis also looks to be some kind of positive outcomes it is bearing now.
Right, Abhishek. Thank you so much for bringing in all those crucial details.